Release the Kraken!
Greetings, fellow game designers. This is Ron here with Lame Duck Studios, and we are continuing on with the elf face. So we made the lips in the last tutorial. Let's go ahead and start. Let's do the eye. Go ahead and get that going. Now, my eyes, just like my lips, were not drawn very well, so we have some deceptive qualities, and you'll see that as we make our piece. So again, if you are in 2018, you can use the disc right here. If you're in 2016, grab the cylinder. So I'm going to grab the cylinder, and I'm going to size that up, move it into place. Go to my channel box. Let's rotate that 90 degrees in the X. I'm going to position that over the eye, right about center. And I drew kind of like anime style eyes, but it's whatever. For my cap, I'm going to make this, I'm going to eyeball the radius here. See what I did there? Again, that's selecting the word in the middle mouse click and dragging. Subdivision axis, I'm going to do 8. Actually, let me do 12, just to make it give me a little bit more shape for this. And then, like before, I'm going to get rid of the back side of that. So I'll go into my side view. I'm going to line this up with the front of the eye, right about there. Now, you can see the picture is deceptive because this part of the eye, the corner and the back, is actually the same depth as the corner here. And because I drew this to kind of simulate that depth, it's sort of a lie. But this really should be a flat thing. So we're really going to just get rid of this back piece. So face mode, select this back section, delete. I'm going to go to the front view. I'm going to go into edge mode. I'm going to grab these middle edges here, hold down shift, right click, and I'm going to do a connect components to create that loop in the middle. And I'm going to cut this out and move it around. So let's go ahead, face mode, I'm going to select the middle, I'll delete that, and I start shaping. Now, one key issue here is whenever you're doing any kind of design work, it's good to start out small and work your way up. And you can see I'm starting small and working up. I actually start a little bit big on this eye. This eye is a bit more dense than I would like it to be. 8 is usually a good comfortable number for me to mess with, but you'll kind of see the reason we tend to start smaller and work upward versus starting big and going bold. And the reason for that is the more points we have to deal with, the more we have to move them around, and that's just extra work for us, right? Whereas if we had a smaller shape, we would get more done for the amount of effort. Okay, and you can see that illustrated here. So I'm going to pull these back, shaping the rough look of this eye. Careful you don't twist the vertices. You don't want to cross them, you know. Here's that. And that should be about right. Not to make another eye pun, but we're just trying to get a good visual. All right, once again, this point and this point should be the same depth, okay, as far as our eye is concerned, which is going to be right around the corner there. And then the middle of the eye is going to come out. So I'm actually going to move these back just a tad. So that's these two corner pieces. This part, that's these 5. And then this part, that's these 5. Pull those back as well. Just a little bit. I'm going to take this middle. The middle is going to be the part that's out the furthest or farthest, which you can see it kind of is here. So I'm going to pull those out a little bit more. I'm going to grab these. And it's better if I work this with edges, so I'll go to edge mode just so it's easier. So edge, 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 edge. I'm going to pull those kind of forward. Now if I go into my perspective, I'm going to press F to frame up on the eye. You can see we're getting some curvature, which is nice. And grab these, pull those back just a little bit more. Grab these corner ones, I'll pull those forward. And all I'm doing is kind of going around and making sure that the eye is roughly the right shape for what I need. Okay. Now, of course, it doesn't match the picture, but again, the picture is not drawn accurately. So here's the eye. The eye is going to rest about here on the face. The corner of the eye there, and the eyeball kind of be like right about here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a new loop, and this will help sell the eyelid shape. So I'm going to go grab my edge loop tool, so mesh tools, insert edge loop. I'm going to throw a loop right about here, and as I do that, I'm going to grab this ring here. So if I just double click on that edge, I'll grab it. W, I'll pull that back. And you see we now have the starting of our eyelid. Right, so this will be that inner ring. Now the inner ring around the eye is quite flat, so it's okay for this to be like that. And it's also very even. So don't worry about going in and making any adjustments. These should be pretty even. Okay. And I think that'll about do it. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to hit this extrude button to pull those out. One tiny bit more. I'm going to use this blue arrow and just kind of pull. And that's going to pull this back into the head a little bit. And what this will do is whenever our character blinks, it's going to be easier to just move this without grabbing those. These are actually stick inside the eye. You'll never actually see that though. Okay, good enough. Let's grab this outer edge ring. And with that, I'm going to make this ocular orbit. So up around the eyebrow to around the side of the head, right around here. So I'm going to do is hit extrude. There's this little extrude button here. And I'm going to pull out this green arrow. And you can see I'm making this orbit. Good. This one is in the corner of the eye, to where the nose connects. That's fine. I'll make this adjustment like so. And I'm just going around the top of the brow here. Going around the cheek. Lower area. Go to my side view, make sure that things are starting to line up. So what I need in the side view is, you can see this crest of the nose here. So the part of the eye that is here, this part should rest back, as it kind of does. These got to come back to the eye, and that has to come back to back here. So this piece, let's go ahead and pull that back. Pull this one back. I'm going to grab this bottom one, pull that back. So now I'm trying to make the shape around the side of the head. Remember that we can't rely on that eye that's drawn there. It's not very useful. Okay. I'm going to go too far back on that one. This is forming the sort of the cheekbone. This one's going to come forward. This is going to come forward a bit. That one going to come forward. And if you look at our perspective view, you'll see what I'm making. So this is like the side of the head. And this is that inner pocket right between the eye and the nose. See that? And then this one, come forward just a bit. So I go to my perspective, and I'll just look at that, make sure it's appropriate. Front view. So it's kind of like part of a ballroom mask, right? Okay, good enough. We're going to leave this here, and then when we come back, we're going to do the nose, and then we'll start connecting things up, all right? So let's go ahead and save this. File, save. Now you can do the next iteration if you like. I'm going to do 6 for the eye. Okay, and then I will see you when I return.